faith-based projects that have gone mainstream, from Mark Burnett's projects to God's Not Dead, even though that's also been controversial. But what's that process been like on your end?
Because we're an independent production company, we have a lot of freedom to create the environment that we want to work in. And, I hope that we get opportunities in the future to be able to work alongside some larger, production companies or studios. I think that would be incredibly exciting. And I certainly think our guys are talented enough, that we're ready for those opportunities. But, at the stage that we're in, we're self-funding these. We work with private investors. And what that means is that we really get to decide what that experience is going to be. And so, there's tremendous actors and crew and those things that, entertainment professionals that don't live in Hollywood. And making films in Hollywood is very different than making films, say, in the Midwest. And so we're able to kind of create that environment. We'll do Bible studies on set. We take time to pray at times before, projects, or for safety before certain stunts that we're doing, or, whatever that is. And it's just, produced a really great environment for people. Now, it should be maybe acknowledged that not every single person, just because we might be doing a family-friendly or faith-based film, that doesn't mean that every single person on our project is, a believer. And so, we try to be really sensitive to that as well. We look for opportunities to, give life to people. And, we actually, our company will rent out space a lot of times, in either our church or churches for holding auditions, maybe even filming certain scenes. And so, it's a great opportunity to get people that are on the project that maybe are newer to faith or conversations about God into an environment that really creates the opportunity for a lot of great conversations about who He is. And it's been exciting, and so, and then certainly in going into the church world, that's something I get asked about all the time, is people want me to talk about the film side of what I do, because it's an area that people have a really hard to see ministry happen there, but they don't always know how to break into that themselves. And so it's really an untouched mission field, in a lot of people's minds. And so I think it's always encouraging for them to hear that we're working with people that, they grew up watching on television or in films. And, we've just had the opportunity to pray with people and give books and resources and Bibles to people that we just would never be able to, if we weren't in this industry.
That's all the time for today. Check out the other interview with Lucas, where he will talk about the historical figure of Nimrod, creator of the Tower of Babel and other moments in history that rebel against God, as well as the study guide for the book Good God. Thank you for listening.